Hello everyone, in this video I will teach you a problem with two different foundation details. As you can see, a plan of two-room building is given to you, which is having two different wall thicknesses. So the outer wall is of 30 centimeter thick and inner wall is of 20 centimeter thick. So here you can get two different foundation details. The left portion represents the foundation details of your 30 centimeter wall, and right side foundation details represent for 20 centimeter wall. Now what if you have two different foundation levels? How exactly you are going to solve this kind of problem? That I am going to teach you. Let us follow the center line method for solving this problem. So we all know, for center line method we first have to find the center to center length of the walls, and then we have to find the number of junctions. So let us start doing with that. The first thing is, as you are having two different wall thicknesses, we have to find both the length, first for 30 centimeter wall and then for 20 centimeter wall. So in this plan, all the outer walls represents the 30 centimeter wall. So to find that, you know the calculation how to find the center length of your 30 centimeter wall. You have to refer the center to center distance of the wall. So let us start with the center distance of your leftmost corner wall. So this wall is of 30 centimeter thick. Let us take a half of the wall thickness here, that is written as 0.3 by 2. Plus, if you move towards right along horizontal direction, you may get a value of 6 meter, that is plus 6, plus you have a wall here which is of 20 centimeter thick. The complete wall thickness you have to take here because this wall is coming in the middle portion. So then add 6 with 0.2 plus the remaining is 5, and then at the end you have to consider the half of wall thickness, which is 0.3 by 2. So here you have two horizontal walls of same length, that is the bottom one and the top one. So if both the walls are of same length, that is why you are multiplying the entire calculation with two numbers. So now plus, so let us consider the vertical distance of the 30 centimeter wall. If you want to find the vertical distance, you have to consider the center of these two horizontal walls. Let us do that. The center of this wall is 0.3 by 2, plus if you move along vertical direction towards up, you get a value of 4 meter, plus again once you reach the end, again you have to take half of your wall thickness, that is 0.3 by 2. So like this, the total length of your wall along vertical direction gives you a value of 4.3, and like this you have two walls of same length, so that is why you have to multiply your calculation with two number of walls. So that gives you the entire calculation of 30 centimeter wall. You finally solve the entire thing so that you get 31.6 at the end. So this 31.6 represents your center to center length of 30 centimeter wall. Similarly, let us find center to center length of your 20 centimeter wall. As there is only one wall which is acting in the mid portion of your plan, so let us find the height of that wall. So to find it, again you have to take from center to center wall length of your these two horizontal walls. Let us take it. Coming from the top, this wall is of 30 centimeter, hence you first have to write it as 0.3 by 2, plus if you move towards down, you have a clear vertical distance of 4 meter. Add your value with 4, plus again the remaining last wall is of again 30 centimeter. You need to take half here. Half of the wall thickness gives you 0.3 by 2. As there is only one wall, you just keep your calculation at this level itself and solve it so that you can get a value of 4.3 at the end. So that gives you the center to center length of your 20 centimeter wall. So that completes step number 1. Moving to the next step, in the second step we will be finding the number of junctions. So to find that, we have to look how which wall is getting coincide with the other. So as you are having two different walls here, one is 20, other is 30, so you may get three chances here. two chances here. So those two chances are either your 30 centimeter wall is coming and getting coincide with 20 centimeter wall. That is the first chance what you have. The next chance is either your 30 centimeter wall itself is getting coincide with the 30 centimeter wall. So you have to look to two chances. One is 30 getting coincide with 30 and other is 30 getting coincide with 20 centimeter wall. So now let us go with the first chance, that is 30 with 30. As you all know, junction is nothing but it is the point where two or more walls are getting coinciding at that particular point. So here, as you are having four corners for the plan, so if all the four corners has 30 centimeter wall thickness. As this comes in L shape, we don't get a junction for the L shape type. We will be getting the junction only if we have T shape or if we have a plus shape of coincidence in between any two walls. So that is why, as there is L shape in all the four corners, we don't get the number of junctions for 30 to 30 centimeter wall. So that's why you can directly write it as 30 centimeter to 30 centimeter wall as number of junctions is equal to 0 numbers. Then moving to the next type of junction, now you have to look to the second case, that is your 30 centimeter is getting coinciding with your 20 centimeter wall. So the only chance is, as this is your 20 centimeter wall and the horizontal top as well as the bottom both are 30 centimeter wall, you may get two junctions here, one at this point and other at this point. So that means so you will be getting totally two number of junctions, and that too in the second case, that is 30 is getting coinciding. That is 30 is getting coinciding with your 20 centimeter wall, and this coincidence is happening at two faces or at 2 points. Hence we can name this as N1, which is equal to two numbers. So that completes number of junction part. Moving to the next, we have to find the detailed estimate of our building which is given to us. So for which you have to draw a table. Your table should consist of serial number, particulars, numbers, length, width, depth, quantity and as well as remarks. So now let us find the first quantity, that is earthwork excavation. As we are having two different walls here, we first have to find the earthwork excavation quantity for the 30 centimeter. Later onwards we will be finding the quantity for 20 centimeter. To find the quantity of 30 centimeter wall, so you have to make use of a formula to find the length of each particular item, and the formula is L is equal to clear center to center length minus of n into b by 2, where n represents the number of junction of your 30 centimeter wall and b represents the width of that particular item work. Here in this case, as we are getting the value of n as 0, need not to put the equation, you can directly take your clear length of 30 centimeter wall itself as the length of any item of work. Why? Because you are getting 0 number of junctions for 30 to 30 centimeter. So let me either take the value directly itself, or else if you want you can show one substitution for any of one particular item of work. So here I am showing the substitution. I got clear length value as 31.6 minus of I got 0 number of junctions for 30 to 30, that multiplied by, as we are doing for earthwork excavation, the width of earthwork excavation for 30 centimeter wall is given as 0.9. So let us keep it as 0.9 by 2. On simplifying, you will get the same length, that is 31.6. Now you enter this L value within the table, keep it as 31.6. Then B represents the width of your excavation, which is 0.9, and D represents the depth of the excavation. As you all know, the depth of the excavation will be considered from the ground level. Whatever the portion of your foundation is getting coming below the ground level, for the entire portion you have to take the depth of your excavation. So that is around 0.3 plus 0.8 plus 0.2. On adding all the three values, you will get a total height of 1.3. Then to find the quantity, you have to multiply all the 4 values. On multiplying all the 4 values, you will get a quantity of 36.97. So that gives you the quantity of your first 30 centimeter wall. Similarly, let us do it for the 20 centimeter wall portion, for which you have to refer the formula, but this time the formula will consist of n1 number of junctions. That means here we will be considering 30 to 20 number of junctions. We don't consider 30 to 30 junction because we are getting 0 number of junctions for that. If you want, you can write the formula as Cl minus of this, that is n into b by 2, minus of, again you can write it as n1 into b by 2. You can write the complete formula, but here I am avoiding this term in this formula because I am getting 0 number of junctions for 30 to 30. Then let us find the value of length of your 20 centimeter wall. We got a clear length of 20 centimeter as 4.3 minus of n1. So we got n1 value as 2 numbers. So let us keep it as 2 numbers multiplied by b. Here, as you are having 2 different foundation details for the earthwork excavation, whenever the earth, you need to excavate the earth from in the ground. So the earthwork part or the excavation part will be first carried for 30 centimeter wall. Later onwards 20 centimeter wall earthwork excavation will be carried. So for that reason, whatever the width of excavation you have for 30 centimeter, you need to keep it same here. Don't take 0.6 as your width of foundation, because here we have to take the simultaneous width of the 30 centimeter wall which is getting coincident with your 20 centimeter wall. So now here you have 0.9 meter width which is already excavated. So that same width you have to keep it here. So now if you keep 0.9 and if you simplify the equation, you will get a value of L as 3.4 meter. Let us keep the value within the table, then multiply that. Now the width and the depth of the foundation of your earthwork excavation will be taken from 20 centimeter wall details. Here you have a width of excavation as 0.6 and the depth of excavation as 0.6 plus 0.15 gives you 0.75. So that width you need to keep it for your 20 centimeter wall. So let us keep it as B as 0.6 and D as 0.75 and multiply the entire thing so that you get the quantity at the end. Once you get both the quantities, you need to add those 2 quantities so that you can get the total quantity of earthwork excavation. So that completes the first item of work. Moving to the next item. The second item of work is PCC bed concrete 1:4:8. Again, this portion is split into 2 parts. We first have to find the individual quantities of 30 and 20. Later onwards, we need to add both the quantities. So let us do it for the first 30 centimeter wall portion, for which you don't have to refer any kind of formula because we are getting 0 number of junctions here. So whatever the clear center to center length that you are getting for 30 centimeter wall, that itself you can keep it here. So let us keep your L value as 31.6, which is your clear center to center length of 30 centimeter. Then width. Coming to the width portion, the width of your CC bed is 0.9. Let us keep it as 0.9 and the depth is of 0.2. Enter your reading within the table and multiply the entire thing so that you get the total quantity at the end, that is 5.69. Then moving to the next type of wall, that is 20 centimeter wall. Here we had to show the calculation. We will be getting a new length for your item of work. So that new length you will be getting from the formula L is equal to CL minus of N1 into B by 2, where CL represents the clear center to center length of your 20 centimeter wall that you will be getting from the very first step itself. We got a value of 4.3 minus of N1. N1 represents the number of junctions of 30 to 20 wall, which is 2 numbers multiplied by. So this time you have to take a width which is corresponding to your depth. For example, here you see at what depth the CC bed is lying. So it is acting at a depth of 0.75 from the ground level. So now what do you have to do? You have to measure the same depth from the ground level of your 30 centimeter foundation detail. So from below the ground level, where exactly you are getting 0.75 meter depth, that you have to see. Here you have 0.3 and then you have 0.8. So totally if you add only these two distance, you will be getting a height of 1.1 here. So 1.1 you are getting a height, and here you are getting a height of 0.75. I want 0.75 meter height, and that height will be coming in between your 1.1 meter height itself. If this is 1.1, your 0.75 will be coming at this level. So at this level, what is the corresponding width you have, that you had to note down. So 0.75 somewhere here you will be getting. At that particular depth, the corresponding width of the foundation of 30 centimeter wall is 0.7. That's what you have written here. Your B value is 0.7, that divided by 2. On simplifying the entire thing, you will be getting L value of 3.6 meter. The same value you have to enter in the table, and then coming to the width and the depth. So whatever the values that you will be entering in the depth for entering in the table in for 20 centimeter wall, the values should be taken from the 20 centimeter wall foundation. Only for calculating L, you have to refer your 30 centimeter details. Apart from that, the rest of the values will be taken from the 20 centimeter wall details itself. Here the calculation part you have taken from the 30 centimeter, but the rest of the thing, that is the exact B and D value of your 20 centimeter wall, has to be taken from the 20 centimeter of your foundation detail itself. So here CC bed width is 0.6 and depth is 0.15. The same thing you need to keep it here. Multiply the entire thing, you will get 0.32. Once you get the total, both the quantities, you add it so that you can get the total quantity at the end. You may get total quantity of CC bed as 6.01 meter cube. So that completes the second item of work. Moving to the third item of work. The third item of work is SSM in cement mortar 1:6. Again you need to find the individual quantities of 30 and 20 separately. That too, in 30 centimeter wall you have two different footings here. We will first do it for first footing, and then onwards we will do for second footing. So for 30 centimeter, so the bottom one will be taken as first footing and the top one will be taken as second footing. For first footing, you keep number as 1 and length will be same because you are getting 0 junctions here. So whatever the clear length that you get, the length, same length you need to keep it here, that is 31.6. Then coming to the width portion, so the first footing has a width of 0.7, let us keep it as 0.7, and it has a depth of 0.8. Then multiply the entire thing so that you get the total quantity at the end. Similarly, do it for the second footing. For the second footing, L remains same. Coming to width and depth, your width of the second footing is 0.5 and your depth is only this much. The entire depth is given as 0.75, in which it is clearly mentioned that the PCC has a thickness of 15 centimeter. You subtract your entire depth of 0.75 with 0.15 so that you can get the remaining portion of your SSM. 0.75 minus 0.15 gives you 0.6. So the remaining depth of your footing will be of 0.6. Multiply all the things so that you get the total quantity as 9.48. So that gives you the SSM for 30 centimeter wall. Moving to the SSM for 20 centimeter wall. Here, as you are having only one footing, but still you will be splitting it into two parts because half of your footing is coming below the ground level and remaining portion is coming above the ground level. For that reason, you have to split your footing of 20 centimeter wall into two parts. So let us do it for first part, that is the footing which is coming below the ground level. So here, to find the length of your footing, you have to refer a formula which is L is equal to clear length minus of N1 into B by 2, where clear length of center to center distance of your 20 centimeter wall is 4.3 minus of N1 represents the number of junctions, which is 2, into here you need to refer what depth you are getting SSM. So you are getting the first footing of your SSM, that is the first part of your SSM at a depth of 0.6. The same depth you need to check it in the 30 centimeter distance. Here you have 0.3. If you consider one more 0.3 somewhere here you will be getting. So totally you get 0.6 height somewhere up to this level. So up to this depth, what is the corresponding width you have, that you need to note down. So if you take depth of 0.6, you may get a width of 0.7. So that is what you had to enter here. B represents the corresponding width of your depth from the 30 centimeter wall, that is getting as 0.7. Divide that with 2 and simplify it, you will get L value as 3.6. The same value you need to enter in the table. Then moving to width and depth, these two readings will be taken from the 20 centimeter wall details. Here you have a width of 0.4, and as you are doing a footing which is coming below the ground level, the depth is 0.6. Multiply all, you will get 0.864 of quantity. Similarly, let us do it for the next half portion, the remaining portion which is coming above the ground level. So let us name it as second footing. For this, let us show the calculation with the same formula. Here clear length is 4.3 minus of N1. N1 is 2 into. Now you look to the depth which is coming above the ground level. You have a depth of 0.45. So let us see what depth you have in the 30 centimeter. What is the corresponding width you are getting here. So you have a 0.45 which is equal to your depth. At 0.45, the corresponding width of your footing is how much? That is of 0.5. That value you need to enter here. 0.5 divided by 2. Simplify it. You will get L as 3.8 meter. The same L you need to enter in the table. Apart from that, you have to enter your values of 20 centimeter wall. So your your B and D values of 20 centimeter wall is 0.4 is your width, and then if you take from the ground level, the remaining height of your SSM that is left out is taken as 0.45 minus of 0.15. This thickness is same for both the wall thicknesses. Here you are having PCC thickness of 0.15. If you subtract 0.45 with 0.15, the remaining will be 0.3. So 0.3 will be the left out depth of your SSM. Multiply the entire thing, you will get a reading of 0.456, and that is how we will be finding the quantities of different footing details. So to find the total quantity of SSM, you add all the four values starting from the first footing of your 30 centimeter wall and ending up to the second footing of your 20 centimeter wall. If you add all the four values, you may get the total quantity of your SSM.